£85.41 for 64.27 litres. I think she was a little bit thirsty. So she was nearly down to the quarter tank mark. 37.4 mpg, that's not bad. Fuel used, 12.9 gallons. You be quiet a sec. Average speed was 27.9 miles an hour. Not bad going. Let's reset the mileage. And reset the fuel used. And let's reset the MPG. Awesome. Home time. Fan's filled up with diesel now, so that's pretty much all the van stuff I need to do for the week, and you are nowhere near level. How about that? That looks better. This afternoon I did go round to the climbing wall as I wanted to do a leg workout, and I can tell I've not done legs for a while. So I started to put together a small dumbbell program to work as a supplement for the climbing. So yesterday I did upper body, alternating rows, 12 reps. I did that at 17.5 kilogram. Shoulder press, 12 reps, 10 kilogram. I think I can go for 12 on that next time. I should be alright. Lateral raises, 7.5 kilogram, and I had to drop from 10 to 6 reps on that. I also did it at 10 kilogram before, but it's been a while since I've done them, and my shoulders were not strong enough for that weight again. So that dropped back a bit on that. Bicep curls, 12 reps at 10 kilogram. By the way, this is 3 sets of each exercise. Tricep kickbacks, 5 kilograms, that's 12 reps, and then accordion crunches, 3 sets of 15 reps. And that took 30 minutes and 26 seconds to do yesterday, which is about what I want lengthwise. I don't want particularly long workouts. Short and effective will do me whilst I'm back on climbing. I think what I may do at the end of the year is do the full dumbbell program that I did at the beginning of this year again and see how that goes. And then today, legs was walking lunges, 20 reps. That was with 7.5 kilogram dumbbells. Again, 3 sets for every exercise. Bulgarian split squats, 10 reps at 5 kilograms. Standing calf raises, 10 reps at 17.5 kilograms. Pistol squats, body weight, 5 reps, that's per side. And then Russian twists is 20 reps. And I was so focused on making sure that I included the Bulgarian split squats, because I hate doing them, that I forgot to put in Romanian deadlifts. So I may put them in next time as well. And I think that'll leave me with a pretty good upper lower split to work on. There's nothing in there for chest. I can maybe do a third day that's a chest and back day. I'm not sure how I want to break this one down yet. I could do upper day, lower day, day off, and then upper day, lower day, and that should be fine. That'll hit the same groups twice a week. Or maybe I could put in a third day that's chest and backs and just do 1 a week per group. not entirely sure. Because what I don't want is gym stuff overtaking climbing stuff. Because this is supposed to be just supplementary to help give me a boost in those particular areas where I need muscle for climbing. I also have a bit of a scratchy throat, which is annoying. So I'm going to do myself some lemon and honey water in a minute, once I've had my protein. In fact, for chest and back I could just do push-ups and pull-ups. In fact, that's what I may do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Make sure I work push-ups and pull-out. Not pull-outs. Push-ups and pull-ups every day. Say 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups a day. Should be doable. I've done that before. I've done 300 push-ups a day before for a month. But I definitely need to go back up to that because I've not done push-ups like that for a while. So I do that. I do an upper day and a lower day. And I may cycle that twice a week. I think that'll do me. What I may do with this dumbbell thing though is to focus on strength more, keep the same movements but half the reps and go up on the weight to focus more on strength than hypertrophy. I think that's all I've got for today though. So I'm going to leave today here and then pick it back up with whatever happens tomorrow, which looks to be rain, so I'll probably almost certainly be back out at the wall again. In which case I shall do the upper part. Yep, I'll pick it back up tomorrow. I do have the wind protector on the mic, so hopefully that's going to do its job decently. Because there is a breeze up here, as you can probably tell if this doesn't work. I climbed for a little bit, didn't do too much. In fact, what did I do? Beat a couple of greens and oranges. I did one of the mints from the competition circuit that I hadn't done before. That was decent. And then a game of add-on with someone who works there. And then I did half an hour with the dumbbells. I don't bother recording in there because with the music in the background, I have to mute it anyway. I also get a copyright strike on YouTube, which is why you don't tend to see footage at the wall. And now, since the weather this evening is much better than expected, I've decided to go out for a short walk. Tomorrow should be much like this, but warmer. I think we're back up to 20 odd degrees tomorrow. Then it's back to rain for the rest of the week, and then next week should be back to summer. The dumbbell program that I've come up with so far, I'm happy with the upper body now. I am going to switch out the tricep kickbacks for skull crushers. I may turn the shoulder presses into seated shoulder presses, I don't know yet. I'm half tempted to add another round of bicep curls, but with a different orientation. But for now, I'll leave it as is, apart from switching out the kickbacks. The rest I'm happy with, so I'll see how that goes for the next few weeks, twice a week. The legs, I need to do that again. I'll do that Thursday or Friday. And I think I might make a couple of changes with that. For one, add in the remaining deadlifts that I forgot to put in before. I think with the rest of it, I'm pretty happy with. So I've got both splits so far, about half an hour to do, which should be fine. I'm not going to talk too much up here because I don't know if this is actually doing its job of keeping the wind out enough. So I'm going to enjoy this view a bit longer, then head on down. Some nice views in the Peak District, this being one of them. On the way to Baslow to do a spot of climbing there with Em and Andrew. But since I've got plenty of time since they are finishing off work and stuff, I thought I'd stop off and enjoy the view a bit. Today is Wednesday as well, by the way. After I left the video wherever I was yesterday. Oh, went for that walk, yeah, got home. Didn't record anything after that. So I think I might have 5 or 10 minutes here and then carry on. And here we are at Baslow. Well, Baslow Edge. Baslow's down that way somewhere, I think. That there's Carver. And the climb we're going for is just about there-ish. You can actually see the rock from here. Just waiting now. Could actually be a decent spot to park the van for a night. Definitely if there's no wind. If it gets windy, then maybe not. But nice views. Oh, motorbike's coming down there. Don't know if you'll be able to see or even hear me. I am trying to cover the microphone a bit as well. It's like a couple of old classic cars parked up next to me down there as well. Alright, hopefully I'm a bit shaded from the wind here for the microphone. Em and Andrew have had to bail, so rather than go in and climb by myself, and it is really hot, so the thought of walking in with a pad and bag on my back is not particularly appealing. I've decided, since I've never been up this side of it before, I'll have a walk along the top and try to get a bit of a feel for the layout of some of the blocks up here, because this would be really good to come to. I think there's a lot up here in the guide. Some nice view, some really good photo opportunities around here. But I didn't bring that camera with me. So yeah, I'm going to walk along a bit. I don't know how much talking I'm going to do because the breeze up here is quite possibly overpowering the microphone. So I'll try and record at least some clips of the sights. I should really put up the ND filters for the lens because it is bright. Lesson for next time. Onwards. I am half tempted to stay here for the sunset because that would be great up here. However, it's probably going to be around 10 o'clock-ish and it's an hour and 10 minutes-ish drive home. So I won't be staying here that long. It's something past 6 at the minute. So probably around 7. And maybe I'll stay until about 8-ish. Go home and shower. Quick supper. Right, let's go find some blocks. Here we go then. So there is a climb on this bit called the Art of Japan. I have seen pictures of this on Instagram and in the guidebook, and it always looked really sketchy in this area because you're right next to that. Mum, don't watch this bit. To that. There's actually a bit more area here than I thought. It looks smaller in the pictures. Still, I would not do this one alone. Not a chance in hell. This is supposed to be one of the classic climbs of the area. That one there. Why am I doing this in the shadow? That one there, oh forget it, forget the book. So it looks like it's starting down here. Up into that. Oh, that's a decent crimp. That's decent-ish. Probably not when it's had the sun on. So a quick look at it, I'm guessing it's start there and there. Maybe a heel up into the crimp. Left hand into the pull maybe. Right hand up into that bit. Left up to the edge there, and then you're topping out there. Looking at it, this is about as high as the indoor walls go. But for outdoors, this is a bit high ball, plus the drop. Although it's not too bad, you're not climbing right on the edge there. But that's graded at a 6C, which would be a V5. But again, it's another nice view. I'm not sure this would be an evening climb if the sun's been on it all day. Well, all afternoon. I could warm the rock up a bit and cause a bit of a loss of friction. A little bit glassy. Might not be too bad. Might see someday. Right, let's move on because I need to get back to the car soon. Not the planned for evening, but still fairly decent. Never actually walked along Curb Bar Edge before, so that was nice. Found a couple of the climbs along there. I would stay for the sunset, but it's a work day tomorrow, so it'll be much too late for that. It is already just past 8 o'clock, so it'll be about 9:15-ish by the time I get home. So I think that's today's update done with. I would film some of the views along the way, but I don't have any way of setting up the camera to look out the windscreen and not fall over. And I'm not holding you while I drive because that would be dumb. So there's the view from the car. I am currently at the wall. They're doing a lights out climb this evening. Well, basically turn the lights off, that's the lights out part of it, and they have other light spotlights on and UV tape and stuff to light up the place. So I'm just doing myself a bit of tea, 3 eggs, some Worcestershire sauce, and a dollop of real English mustard. Put that down there a sec. And mix. I've also got a bit of chicken to go in. I was going to do some jasmine rice with it, but I really can't be bothered. It's far too warm to do that much cooking. That would take about 20 minutes for the rice. Whereas this chicken is about 12 minutes. And then the eggs won't be long. I think about half of this chicken will do. Where are we? Move all packaging, pan fry, chill for 12 minutes. Heat a little oil in a frying pan until hot. Do I have? I don't think so. I think my olive oil went back in the house months ago, in which case Dad's used it by now. Never mind, butter's better instead. So that's what we'll go with. Wipeth the knife. And drop in a nice dollop of butter. Remember, you're doing the chicken first. Not that I'm the type that would forget such a thing. Bring the heat down a tad. Oh, it's on that papery stuff. Get on there. There we go. Let's get the smoke out of here. Air out. 12 minutes. So that's 5, 6, 7 minutes past 5, that'll be. Gonna want... Would this work better in a plate or a bowl, do you reckon? I'm gonna go bowl. I'm half tempted to do a coffee go with it. But no, I don't think I shall. I am going to open the back doors, however. Right, that's crackling and it's starting to stick into the pan, so I'm going to guess that's done. So we'll drain you as instructed. That really has stuck. Blimey. Oh, this is going to be a pain to clean. Stick that into the bowl. Next up, the eggs. I think that's actually helping to get some of that meat back up off the bottom there. Thankfully. Let's flip them over. This is the trick of one pot cooking. Right, they're done. What I'm going to do before I put the eggs in with the meat is add a bit of flavour to the meat. Sweet teriyaki. Big the eggs up a bit more first. I do have some tea left, and I believe that's Yorkshire tea. I shall do myself one of them. Grab another fork and try and mix this in a bit. Of course, I've also got some, I think it's tikka masala sauce I could have put in. Oops. Oh well, that jarred stuff's never much good anyway. Tastes alright. So, I should go eat that, and then back into the centre for a bit, I think. All cleaned up, and I'm not dead. So, I guess that was done. I think the chicken might have been a little bit overdone by that point. Fortunately, putting the egg in there afterwards helped clean it off quite a lot. So it wasn't too bad to actually clean up the frying pan. I'll leave that to dry as is. Then I'll just come back in an hour or two and put stuff away. It should be dry by then. It's warm enough in here. 26 degrees in here. So I'm going to head back in there for a bit.